Welcome back to the Colum Tyrrell Podcast. Bang! The king is back. Surprise, surprise, motherfuckers. Can't keep a good man down. Today's episode will be, it feels like already, a little fucking nutty. Alright? I had a pot of coffee and an Adderall. One of those two things has created an energy that is exploding out of my ears right now. So I should have done this episode 4 hours. I should have done this episode 2 weeks ago. I sat down 4 hours ago to do this, and I'd just been running around my apartment doing tiny little micromanagement things. So this is the problem with the Adderall. It gives me focus, but it's not on one thing. It's on every single thing. So if anything, it's worse for me now. And I didn't grow up. This is typical. I've been living in America for 10 years now, and right on my 10-year anniversary, introducing a little dependency on prescription drugs. What's more American than that? Here's your green card, here's your visa, here's your passport, and here's a dependency on drugs that may or may not actually work. They're not in Europe. Adderall. There's no Adderall addiction. There's no nothing. We're much more... Fuck ambition. Europe's a nice chill. Everyone's just chill out. Chill out, have a fucking relax, have a cappuccino, walk a little, go get down and go to some fucking cool beach, you know? Go to a cold beach, chill out. Everyone in America's like, no, I gotta get my fucking spreadsheets done. I gotta fucking, I'm in the beehive, man. I'm working in the beehive. I need the Adderall. I'm working in the beehive. I gotta get these spreadsheets done. Europe's much more, no, relax, just chill out. You won't be successful. Don't worry about it. We've been around a long time. I'm out here crushing up Adderall. But it doesn't necessarily work for me. I had a therapist one time kept telling me to take Adderall. She kept going. But in fairness, she was like a bad therapist, I believe. First of all, a chick, you know, is that good or bad? Do you want to talk to a dude about if a dude's like, how are you feeling? I'm gonna be like, fucking great, of course. Just had a bunch of pussy last night. How about you? Yeah, of course, I fucking love cigars, you know? When a woman asks you, I can literally open up. But then again, she also has a brain of a woman, so it's like, can she actually fix the problems? Then I had this girl, and she kept telling me, you should go on Adderall. I can tell from your eyes. But she was boring. She was fucking boring the shit out of me. And then she kept taking digs at Trump. That was my therapist. It was over fucking Zoom. And this lady kept, for no reason at all, would just bring him up. And she was in love with the guy. I'm not a Trump guy. I'm not a Trump fella. Trump does not have my vote automatically in any way. I'm a nothing nobody. Okay? I'm a make that very, very clear. I'm a nothing nobody. Completely. But the fact that I even knew that she fucking hated Trump that much bugged the shit out of me. So I've always kind of hated the idea of taking a bunch of fucking Adderall. You know? That's why we have a European mentality that it's like Americans are like, fuck you, what are you guys? You're all insane. You're all addicted to fucking Ritalin. You're all fucking addicted to this, that, and the other. You're all on Ozempics rather than walking. You know? That's all. You're all medicating. You're all just fucking taking the lazy way out. Rather than working on what's in your brain, we're taking the lazy way out. Not like in Ireland. Not like in Ireland where every Friday night we all drink so much that we can't remember our names, and then you punch a cop in the face. That's how you deal with your trauma. That's how you... Anyway, I took the Adderall today, trying to focus, trying to get work harder. Look, the episode... I didn't release an episode last week. That's on me. That's my fault. I feel pretty fucking guilty and shitty about it. We had a good fucking run of the episodes, and that was on me. I just... stuff just kept coming up, but there's no real excuses. And it's not easy doing the pod when, I'm reliant on guests. I've got to do the solo thing. And let's call a spade a dirty, dirty spade. I do this for me, you know. There's a handful of you guys listening. Shout out to the 1008. There's a handful of the fellas listening. And any money, I don't have any money coming in from YouTube. I don't have any money coming in from the ad reads anymore. I had to get rid of that girl. So I've got the Patreon, and all the money from the Patreon goes towards Eric. So I'm literally not doing this for anything other than my enjoyment. And there's just days when you got to do this on your own that it takes a lot more effort. And I go through fucking slumps of shit, man. This is what I'm trying to figure out with my life right now. I'm 34. I'm too old to be still figuring shit out. Your 30s is a real eye-opener to, hey, all that stupid shit you did, those chickens are coming home to roost. Remember all that money you just spent on fucking stamped on cocaine? Like, remember all those nights you stayed up all night, stuffing your fat face full of booze, IPAs and curry chips. Well, now you're a fat fuck who has bad knees. Your 30s is really just when the credit card bill is due. So I'm trying to just figure it out now. And look, I'm sorry. I appreciate all you guys fucking listening. I actually wrote out some fucking notes because I'm trying to get a little bit more focused, trying to get this podcast more of a thought out thing. But to be honest, I think I get more distracted with the notes. But you know what? Like, if I'm on my own and there's I don't want to put out a bad episode, because then everyone goes, yo, that episode was shit. And I go, yeah, I know it was shit, but I also didn't want to fucking do the thing. But at the same time, there's days when I love doing this. So I'm trying to get better at that. Because for me, the way it works is kind of like, it's like all or nothing for me. Just in life with sort of everything I do, where it's, if I'm eating healthy, I'm going to the gym a lot, I'm not drinking, I stopped smoking weed, I'm getting up early, I'm doing stuff, I'm writing bits, I'm fucking getting the podcast done, talking to the agent, we're organising tours, we're doing stuff, things are rolling, you know what I mean? I'm sniffing out gigs, I'm emailing bookers, everything's going great, me and the girl planned. And then what happens is, you go boozing. Next thing you know, you're back on the fucking cigs. You're jerking off the fucking, ethically questionable fucking pornog. Okay? The pod comes late. That comes late. And it's just a fuck. It's like, for me, you know, I can just feel like, but each time that's getting less and less and less. So we're just slowly squashing that away until we eventually admit that I have some demons that I need to get rid of, but I'm doing my best with the pod, right? So I don't know if Adderall's going to be the answer, but here we are. I just watched a movie, terrible movie, I believe, called The Challengers. Go check it out. If you like tennis, do not watch the movie. If you don't like tennis, don't watch the movie. It's not a good movie. Basically, that chick Zendaya from the Sand movie where they ride the worms and she's got blue eyes or whatever. She's in it. Zendaya. Very handsome actress. Right? Like, she's a handsome... Like, she's not beautiful, or like she is, I guess, in a way, but like handsome is a good... I don't think that means she's masculine, but like she's she's striking. You know? Like, Zendaya... She would look good in like a Hugo Boss commercial. If she was wearing a suit, I could be considered to be like, damn, I might buy that suit. You know, if I saw a video of her, if she there was a commercial of her wearing a tuxedo on a night out, I could be considered like, maybe I'd look good. Maybe I'd look as good as Zendaya in a tux. She does look like someone who wears a tux. That's just her vibe. Slick back hair, the fucking well put together. She looks like someone who could be putting a flower on a teenage girl's dress as they go to their debutantes, right? Anyway, she was in this movie about tennis. She's of age. There's sex scenes. Thank God. We've moved on from Euphoria that she was in, where the bunch of teenagers do drugs and a bunch of 35-year-old millennials watch that show. That's who watches Euphoria, I think. I don't think kids watch Euphoria. I don't think there's like 15. When I was younger, we had a TV show called Skins. We were 15 or whatever, and we would watch that, and we would be like, wow, that's how 16-year-olds act? They're all models and sucking and fucking and doing drugs and wearing designer clothes. That's how they do it? And we would like look up to them and be like, that would be us someday. We'll be cool. But I don't think that's what the young generation are doing. I think that's what the millennials are doing. They watch these teenagers and go, yeah, I'm still young and cool and I like music and my friends could be trans and my friend overdosed. And I think that is a way of just people in their 30s trying to pretend they're still young. But anyway, at least when you watch that show and Sydney Sweeney gets her big giant knockers out, it does make you go, well, she's playing a 16-year-old. Am I a pedo now? You know, if I'm into that, am I a pedo? That's the question with Euphoria. There was a couple of men in the movie, The Challengers, right? There was two dudes. One of them was in The Crown, where he played the king Sausage Fingers. It is my right as king. I am the heir to the throne. It is the crown. It is my birthright to be king. He's in it. And he plays the same kind of whatever. And some other guy with a fucked up face. Anyway, all I know is that they were calling it Rat Boy Summer. Because these guys, they're not traditionally good looking. They don't have chins. Their foreheads are massive. Their ears are weird. They all look like Ryan Giggs. If that's a good reference for you dumb American cunts who don't appreciate soccer. So it's Rat Boy Summer. I do think enough of these summers. We can't just label we just don't label every summer for the rest of my life. You know? It's like it's Rat Boy Summer, and then they have Brat Girl Summer. We had White Boy. Chet Hanks came out and said, blah! White Boy Summer. You got Fat Boy Summer. Fucking Gay Son, Thought Daughter Summer. It's just all the summers are. We gotta stop labeling. Like, stop putting a fucking thing on your summer as if like this is like you're just looking around the room and naming stuff. It's a Kaiser Soze summer. I want fat chicks with chub rub summer. When are they gonna get there? When are fatties who wear a t-shirt in the pool gonna get their fucking summer? Anyway, it's a bad movie. I enjoyed it. I was on an edible. Watch the movie. You should watch it. That's how I suggest consuming all media is pile 100 milligrams THC edible on top of the movie and then see if it's good then watch it sober. You can't watch it sober, then watch it high. It doesn't work like that. You got to watch it high and then figure it out afterwards. Now, having said that, now that I'm a newfound man, Collie found Christ, right? That born again Colum. No more edibles for me. It's been a day, so it's a new year, new me. Anyway, the whole point about this movie, The Challengers, and I sound challenged trying to remember the name of it right now, but the whole point of the movie is that it's a gateway drug to gay sex. That's all. That's what I've noticed. The movie is a bit of a gateway drug to be. They had some bisexual scenes, all right, and obviously it starts off normal. It's Zendaya. She's in the bedroom with these two rat boys. She fucking kisses one of them, then she kisses the other one, and then the two of them start like sucking on her titties and sucking on her neck, and then you're like, all right, this fucking Zendaya bitch is about to get fucking spit roasted. Just immediately your ears pop up, some blood's flowing. You're like, okay, I could get into this. You're a little bricked up. Zendaya's about to get fucking a train ran on her on this PG-16 tennis movie. You're like, okay, I can live with this. I'm into it. I can see King Charles fingering Zendaya. All right. And then the scene switches, and somehow Zendaya is not in it anymore, and then it's just two dudes tongue kissing the fuck out of each other. But I'm still bricked up a little from the previous scene. You know, it's a change of scene. So now I'm watching two dudes kiss, but I'm fucking. I'm not hard, but I'm closer to hard than neutral. All right, and I think that's how they get you. I'm not no conspiracy theories, but that's like fucking Pavlovian. Ding-a-ling-a-ling, ding-a-ling-a-ling. Here's your hard dick. Now look at some gay porn. Ding-a-ling-a-ling. Here's some hard dick. Now look at some gay porn. Ding-a-ling-a-ling. Pull away the regular porn. Bang, you're a gay boy. You know, that's my theory. Like I'm not. I don't truly believe this, but I could be, like, there should be some fucker from the South going, these movies are gateway drugs to homosexuality. That I think you could probably trick someone into that. I think you could probably ding-a-ling-a-ling a bell, you know, into gay sex. All right, so I touched on it already. I spent 2 weeks down in Florida, back down to one of my favorite states in America. There is a vibe to Florida. I will say it's like I think Ternanog, if you know that old Irish, it's more like Peter Pan or some shit where it's like when you go there things are good, but then when you leave you've aged. You know, you go, it's something like Peter Pan, Never Ever Land. Ternanog, I believe, is that story. That's an old Irish I should write that down and talk about it on the Patreon. But yeah, Ternanog is this old story about these kids that couldn't grow old in a certain part of the world or some mystical place. But as soon as they left, all that age caught up with them or something. I don't know what the meaning behind it. Most Irish folklore is sort of just the ramblings of a madman who would eat shrooms all day. You know, and he would grow a beard out and they'd call him a druid because he saw the pixies and he was like, no, he was on some serious shroomage. That's what Irish folklore is about. Anyways, down in Florida, love it down there. Will say I overstayed my welcome, for sure. To me, Florida, you know, it's like going to Vegas. There's like a limit to how long you can go there. If you have saved up your money, if you worked in Baltimore, you worked in fucking Washington, D.C., any of the fucking northeast cities where it's a fucking grind and the weather's usually shitty and the people around you are dumb and ugly. If you did that for years, saved your money, moved down to Florida to retire, you're in fucking Boca Raton or whatever you're doing, you're just hanging out. You know, listen to Margaritaville. I get it. I get that. But if you're there, you know, like pre-retirement, if you're in your 30s, it's just not the place to be. It's just not. You don't live in Florida, you know what I mean? You're stuck in Florida. The people there aren't living there. No one lives in Florida. You retire in Florida or you're stuck there. Even when there's a fucking hurricane, stage 5, high octane, what is it? A Richter scale, number 9 on the Richter scale of hurricanes, whatever it is. Hurricane Barbara comes rolling through, and they put out an emergency, go evacuate the state. People don't leave because they're stuck. They're like, oh, you think I don't leave? Do you think I'm just choosing to be here? You think because there's a hurricane now suddenly I have family to go somewhere else? I've got a car. I'm here. I am part of the fucking ground. It's Florida. There'll be a fucking stage 5 hurricane, and then you have some dickhead in a kayak floating around. Oh, it wouldn't hurt me. That's because they're stuck. You're trapped. Anyway, um, I was down there for 10 days, right? And I gotta tell you, I've been on the road a lot this year. This is my first year on the road. If anyone gives a fuck about me talking about comedy, go fuck your ugly mother. I'm just telling you about my life. That's what this is. I'm not getting into the intricacies of a callback, all right? I'm not discussing Matt Rife's crowd work. I'm talking about my life and how it stinks right now. And I am getting my ass broken in, bro. Broken in. A lot of you guys a lot of the fellas, listen, you've already done most of this shit in your life. You've been the fucking apprentice on the construction site. You've been the intern at the office. You've done some sort of shit where it's just brutal for years. And the thing with comedy is, stand-up comedy is, you do all that for years already. Open mics, bar shows, working in New York, not getting paid money, blah, 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 learning how to do just bombing on your ass. And then when you finally start to work, you're like, this is going to be great. And it ain't. It is not the life, man. It is not the life. But I'm in that period. It's like, it's good. It's good. You know, it's good for me to be absolutely fucking broke. I am broke. Like a change, and I'm not. By the way, I've talked about this stuff in the past. Someone's like, Colin's always complaining about, like, I'm bitching about my life because I'm a fucking loser, to give you some sort of comfort in your own. You guys look at me. I've got a charming accent. I'm a goddamn handsome motherfucker. I look a little like Zendaya, people might say. I've got a beautiful fiance, and I'm white in America. Like, things are kind of crushing it. You know what I mean? But that's not the truth. The truth is, I'm getting my asshole chewed up. And going on the road, the transition from just doing shows in the city, New York City, 15 minutes at a spot, at the comedy set, at the stand. The crowds are packed. They're comedy savvy. They're excited to be there. Versus heading down to, like, you know, Greensboro in the Carolinas. I don't know which one. Like, that is a fucking eye-opening weekend. Because I've got and listen, if you listen to my shit, you enjoy my shit, and you've seen the special, come out to the shows, you'll have fun, but you'll see a massive difference between those shows and when you get tickets for Skankfest. Or when you saw me opening for Ari Shaffir. That's the thing that's actually keeping me kind of going, is that I got to do a run of shows for Ari Shaffir this year. One of the best things I've ever got to do. We lived on a bus. We drove all over the country. Started off the south, ended up in Canada. Like, fucking incredible. But Ari's been doing stand-up for fucking 112 years, right? So his fan base, now he's slowly cultivated a fan base of people that appreciate a certain style of fucking comedy. That's the problem with stand-up. It's like, it's not even like you can't just label what you are. So kind of complex. You know, people just go, it's stand-up, it's comedy. Like, but there's so many different fucking types. It's not like if you were in a heavy metal band and it was called, like, Destruction of the Baby Cunt. Like, you're not going to get a bunch of grey-haired old cunts who retired in Florida coming to your show. They're not going to take a risk on Revenge of the Baby Cunt or whatever I just said. But that's just the way it is. They go, oh, stand up. You know, I like Bob Hope. Let's go watch this shit. But I'm getting chewed up, bro. I'm playing big rooms, empty seats. Some people know me, not bad. Most people are there just on a Friday, Saturday night. And most people, they don't want you to even say that. And it's not even about being mean. It's not even about going up there and saying some, like, offensive shit about kids with cancer or something. It's like just a sort of, if you have the wrong attitude, they fucking don't like it. They want you to go up and go, well, yo, my girlfriend's Italian. What a fucking psycho, huh? You know, that's all they want you to do. They want you to just do Polish people are dumb jokes. Which, in fairness, they are. But I'm trying to talk about my feelings. I'm trying to talk about love on the spectrum. I'm trying to talk about real hard-hitting shit. But I'm fucking, I'm just getting chewed up right now. I'm just getting chewed up. Going on the road, not making much money. You don't make much money on the road. I don't make much money on the road because I'm not fucking selling out. And then I'm doing every single show I can. I don't have the luxury to just be like, I don't want to do a weekend here. I don't want to do that, And personally, I go on the road. I feel like I have an obligation for everyone to have a good time, but I feel like it's almost, when you've got a front row of Legion of Skanks fans all wanting some sort of fucking AIDS routine, and then everyone else is just sitting there being like, talk about how women take long to get ready. Like it's, I'm just getting chewed up, man. I'm getting fucking chewed up out there. And it's good. It'll be all worth a while. I finally, by the way, after a run of some stinkers, I did a fucking weekend in Port Charlotte, great club, right? And I'd love to go back. Now that I know the area, know the room, figured it all out. But I showed up there one night and I swear the average age was 75. Something like that. Every single person there was like struggling to eat dinner. That's how old they were. And then I arrived and they go, hey, they must have seen your stuff. We got a young crowd in. I thought they were joking. I laughed. I said, haha, that's fucking funny because this is an old folks home. And they're like, no, seriously, this is like the youngest we've had a crowd in. It was just the grey-haired brigade. And it's like, look, I get it. I want them to have a good night. Here's the thing is, I go out, I want them to have a fucking good night. But at the same time, I'm not ready to tap dance. It's just this horrible. My life is brutal right now. Every weekend, not getting paid a lot. Not many people coming out to me. People aren't laughing. It is just getting the shit kicked out of me right now. My God. And then everywhere you turn, it's just people, hey, we added a matinee show at the Garden. Some guy with no arms who got famous on a podcast. Suddenly, hey, yo, it's a Wednesday morning show at Zany's. They do 15 minutes again. I don't know. I'm not judging. I'm not begrudging anyone else. I just want to be I want to be in there too. It's when there's a party, you know what I mean? I don't want you guys dead. I want to be on the boat. So I've been getting the fucking whole chewed off me. But I'm getting better at it, dude. I'm getting better at going into these weekends. Come see me on the fucking road. I've got a rake of Go Bananas this weekend. Cincinnati, one of the best clubs ever, apparently. I've never played it. Cannot wait to do that. I'm doing Zany, Chicago. I'm doing Memphis. I'm heading up to Hilarities in Cleveland. I'm doing a weekend in Detroit. We got Charlotte. We got loads of shit. Charleston. That'll be fun, huh? Go to a museum. Nice old Charleston museum where you did all those things to those people from that country that didn't want to be here, and now that they have their rights, they still kind of get shit up. But I had these hecklers right in Port Charlotte, and by hecklers it was just some annoying cunt. There was a group table. It was a work night out. That's always a fucking annoying group when there's like 15 cunts from a work night out because. It's usually like the manager's getting shit-faced, some sleazeball, grey-haired, long-haired, looks like a magician, right? Some cokehead is like leading the pack. He's the guy, it's Billy Big Dick. Hey, come on out, we'll get shots. You got a couple of dickheads sitting around him going, ha, you're so funny, Kyle. And then you just got all these other people who work at the office. They hate all of their colleagues, and they're just sitting there smiling. They wait until other people laugh, then they laugh. It's just a shitty night out. It's just not a good group. A work party at a comedy show, just go to an Irish bar and slam fucking car bombs. Why are you going to a thing? Like, why would you even think that's a good thing? Just go to the park and crush high noons. Do something. Huff glue in a car park. Don't go into a place where you got to sit down and listen to something. You don't go to a museum as well? Because of Roger's retirement party, we're all going to go to a museum. Anyway, some bitch was in the front row talking the whole fucking time. And I was just rolling with it, whatever. I truly don't give a fuck if you're talking too much. I'll just roll with it. It doesn't bother me. I will say, if you're at a show, you are making the show worse. If you ever interrupt with anything, you are 99 times out of 100 making the show worse. I just want you to know, it's fine. We accept it. But once you chime in with sort of any sort of thing, you are making the show worse, because that's not the way it's supposed to go. That'd be like if you were watching a movie and you could shout out something, and then in the middle he's like, he's about to throw the fucking ring into the fucking Mordor or something, and you shout out something, it's like, Gollum's a faggot, and then he fucking, what was that? What did you say? I was just about to throw the ring in the thing, but I can't now. You ruined it. You ruined the fucking dramatic moment. I was about to throw the fucking ring in the thing. So I hope you're happy. That's exactly what happened. So I was on this fucking stage, right? And this happens a lot too, right? In fairness, I lose my temper. I've been known. I've been known to fight back. I was on stage and I said something, and then I can't remember what she fucking said, but she said, no. I was talking to these cunts, and I go, what do you guys even fucking do? What's your job? And then the guy goes, we work in pain management. I go, pharmaceutical pain management? And they were like, yeah. I was like, so all you guys, all this table, the ones that won't shut the fuck up the whole night, you guys are all like working for Purdue Pharma. You guys are the ones that that created the fucking heroin epidemic in America, so that you could get a fucking Porsche. You're the ones. And then the bitch started shouting at me, and I go, fuck you. And it was kind of awkward. Like, it was a standoff of terms of, like, I was like going, I will beat the fucking... I do that a lot, which I shouldn't. But when the fucking heckling and my rebuttals get a little nasty, it's not hard for me to go, yo, I will be happy to throw hands right now. But I just said, listen, you guys are scum. You guys are fucking scum. There's not a person in this room who doesn't know someone whose lives weren't ruined by the fucking opiate epidemic, and you guys are scum. Fuck you, and all this stuff. And it was just it ruined the show, to be honest. It ruined the show. Not as bad as they ruined the fucking country. The audacity of these fucks. But one of them, I did another joke. This is kind of like, I found out they were working like that. Then I did a joke, and one of them goes, no. And that's when I went, no, you don't get to tell me nothing. You don't get to tell me fucking nothing. You're a scumbag. You're a drug pusher, and you're a scumbag, and you know what you fucking are. To be honest, I don't even know if they worked at Purdue Pharma. Or maybe they're completely honest. I have no idea. I put this all on them. But I think of the rare moral high ground that I may fucking possess, telling these cunts to fuck off was right. And then afterwards, obviously, look, the show doesn't go well. Brutal. Then afterwards, every single fucking person coming up to me going, yo, thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that my fucking brother lost his kid and all this type of stuff. Anyway, next day I get this comment on YouTube. And by the way, the comments on YouTube sometimes pop up because my YouTube channel is the same YouTube that I use to watch shit. So I'll get alerts while I'm watching, Joe Rogan or some shit. And I wish I could turn that off. I wish I could silence everyone. No offense to you, whether it's from a good place, whether it's from a good place or a bad place. I wish I could just silence every single thing around me. Is there a way to turn comments off without coming across as a bit of a pussy? Does anyone know? Like, is there a way for me to be like, I don't want your information on anything. I just want to post a crowd work clip and I'll be gone. I don't want to have a comment. We go, when are you coming to Chicago? I don't want anything. I just want that to be invisible. Watch it if you like it, and then fuck off. But you can't do that because everyone thinks you look like a fucking loser. Anyway, this guy wrote a comment the same night. Goes, I don't know what you folks think is funny, but what a waste of 50 minutes for me. Saw him at a comedy club in Port Charlotte, Florida, and it was terrible. So sorry, Scott. Sorry, I accused you of selling drugs to kids and low-income areas. I'm sorry I did that. But anyway, long story short, I've been just getting and every time I see a weekend come up and I look at the ticket sales or whatnot, it's just been me getting my fucking arse broken in. Every day I wake up, my bank account is less, and the amount of money you earn on the road is nothing to what you think. All your favorite podcasters are making bank from online and whatever. I am not in that group, and that is fine. But I am not fucking doing well. But I just won't. Unfortunately for me, I don't have that kind of quit in me, and I do kind of enjoy it. I'm a bit of a masochist, whatever you know when you put cigarettes out in your leg so that you can come, a masochist. Wow, isn't that a funny way to figure out my speech impediment? Just to describe it, describe the thing in massive in graphic detail. Anyway, the end of the week, the run, went to Jacksonville, never been out there, never returned, went down to St. Augustine, quaint little old place. But by the end of the Jacksonville run, I was doing well again. I figured out how to line up the sets and figure it all out for these older fucks. The old fucks of Florida will just keep you grounded. And I think it's important to not just be in New York doing your jokes in front of all your liberal fucking dipshit friends, you know? You got to go down to the South and perform in front of an 80-year-old man who killed Koreans in the army, but he doesn't like when you mention cum. That's where I would go for that one. All right, what else we got here? Look, Chandler Bing, Matthew Perry. 5 people have been prosecuted with his death. He died from acute reactions. Acute, like a cute baby. Acute reactions to ketamine. I would recommend it. I would recommend ketamine. As far as I know, he spent $55,000 on the drugs. So if I spend that much on drugs, I want to die. If I ever write a check and just write drugs, 55 grand should kill me. There should not be a drug out there that makes you feel better for that amount of money. That is a euthanasia situation. Euthanasia. Youths in Asia. Anyway, ketamine, horse tranquilizer, right? I've done it a few times, never had a good time situation. I remember when I was younger, my brother's mates were having a party in Dublin, and we went over there, and so they would have all been like 19 or 20. No, they would have been 22. I was 18. Not that this really fucking matters. I hate. Anyone else do that? Do you ever fucking do the thing that you hate other fucking people do? So I'll be in the middle of the story, and then I'll slow down and go, I was 19, and then you continue, and then you go back and go, actually, I was 20. No one gives a fuck. First thing, no one gives a fuck, but do you ever catch yourself doing the own thing? The same fucking thing you hate when other fuckers do it? What is that about? Anyway, so I was like 20, I was like 18, 19, I was 18 and a half, maybe 19. And he did horse tranquilizers at someone's house. That's what it is. Shout out to whoever tried the ketamine the first time. Just said, let me see if this will fuck me up, you know? There's a lot of brave humans have died trying new experimental drugs. And I'm proud of them. For us. His first time did ketamine at this person's house. Did ketamine, got in a K-hole, which I was kind of like, you know, you're kind of confused, you're falling asleep, kind of like, you're kind of little dream-like state. This is my knowledge. Anyone else with more experience, let me know. And I left the room where the party was, and I found someone's bedroom, and it was some chicks. I went into the closet, and I closed the closet door, and I went to sleep on the ground in the closet. Why I did that, I don't know. No recollection of why doing that. I think I might have been scared or whatever. Anyway, guess what happened? The fucking chick that was in the house, her bedroom, she also got like a K-hole. And she was like, I need to go to my room. So she went and got into bed and was like scared because she was scared. She got under the covers that she was scared. Meanwhile, she starts hearing noise. She starts hearing like noises that I'm either asleep or I'm scratching around. I'm in the closet. She hears me on the ground like going, she's like, I think there's a monster in the closet. While the most freaked out you've ever been, she fucking opened up the fucking thing with like a baseball bat, thinking she was about to knock my head in, and then she was just me. And then my brother had to go like, why were you asleep in that girl's closet? I was like, I don't know. That was the first time I did ketamine. Every other time I've ever done ketamine after that was a similar situation. And then I was actually down in Skankfest Vegas. Someone gave me some ketamine. I was peer pressured into it. They go, hey, do you want to do some ketamine? I said, absolutely not. And they go, don't be gay. And I was like, give me the ketamine. And I had a magical night. There was a magical night on ketamine. Things were sparkly. Things felt good. It felt like everything was like made out of diamonds. It was a cool thing. So, take it. Take it if you want to, self-medicate. That's the thing with Matthew Perry, right? He was sober, right? He was a sober guy, fucking, in and out of rehab, all this type of shit. Finally found something that could help him feel better. Obviously as a guy who just always felt bad, found the ketamine that's supposed to help you. People with like severe depression and anxiety and all sorts of shit take depression and it helps them. So it's like a miracle wonder drug, I guess. I don't know why it's not just prescribed like in CVS or shit like that. Why can't you just walk in and get that stuff? I don't know. It sounds like this American government's taking away our liberty. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like I should be allowed to buy ketamine if I want to buy fucking ketamine. Get your fucking hands off my horse drugs, all right? But I don't know. I do this too. I do think sometimes, sure, drug therapy sounds great. I do think that is like a lazy shortcut, though. I do think I've done it. I do shrooms. I've smoked DMT. I've always been like, what's the answer? Let's fix what's wrong with me. Let me do all this shit. Let me take shrooms. Let me fucking, meditate or whatever. It's always like trying to fix whatever the fuck is wrong with me. Right? But I think now that I'm getting older, now that I've realized, I think there's actually nothing wrong with me or anyone. That's what I think is. Oh, Colum. What I'm saying is I don't think there's anything wrong with most people in society. And I think we all long for some sort of correction. Let me go to Peru and do ayahuasca and then I'll cry out whatever that thing is that makes me not give money to charity. The thing that makes me, jealous of my friends or whatever. Let me go figure it out. But I think most of that, I think everyone's fine. I think we're all doing drugs and shit to try fix something, and you're all fine. You've just given yourself the excuse of, oh, I need to be better, I need therapy, I need these things. It's like racism. It doesn't really exist. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but it's certainly the second you give anyone a reason, like such as a bigotry or something, you tell anyone any isms. You give someone some sort of an excuse with sexism, an excuse with racism, it gets pulled. And it's not even their fault. If someone tells you, hey, just so you know, underlying to every single thing in society will always come back to the fact that you look this way, you don't have a dick, you are this. So no matter what happens, that's often the case. Because I've been in situations, I'm perfect. I'm a straight white male. Dick's not tiny, not massive neither, but I'm perfect. And when things go wrong in my life, I find myself like scoping around, looking around, going, fucking, there's got to be some sort of conspiracy behind. And I think if you just give someone the opportunity, I'm not saying that doesn't exist, but I'm saying sometimes they're going to use that excuse. Sometimes you're just going to naturally find yourself in a situation where you just play the card because it's the easiest thing to accept in that moment. And I think a lot of this fucking higher power searching shit, let's do ketamine, let's do Molly, let's figure it out, is like, I think it's like a gimmick. I feel like you're all fine. We're all going to die pretty soon. Just sit on the couch and watch Love Island. Just whack off on the couch and watch Love Island. I think it gets a little, complex. Anyway, he died. Matthew Perry died. Who was he? Typical Hollywood dude. Kind of talentless in a weird way. Not great. Like, look, he's not an icon by any means. He was good in that movie with Zac Efron. He played a movie with Zac Efron where him and his son piss into a sink. And then they switch bodies. And next thing you know, he's dominating basketball as a teenager or some fucking weird shit like that. I remember him being good in that. I remember seeing Zac Efron look shit and fucking Chandler Bing showed his fucking money. But I don't think he was down in any, like, he's famous for like what arguably the best worst show of all time. A lot of people love them because a lot of people are dumb, Well, I guess. You know what? They're not dumb. You kill your time no matter where you want to kill your time. Rot your brain watching shit TV. And, some people grow accustomed to that, blah, 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 blah. But they had the trial. Whatever they did, his personal assistant got caught up in it. I do feel bad about the personal assistant because she or he, I believe, they just answered a thing where they get to, I'll pick up your suit and I'll book I'll send flowers to your cousin, and I'll book I'll figure out the flights and I'll pay your fucking Verizon bill. Like she was just like, let me just go. Yeah, I'll go down to Starbucks and pick up that latte that you like. That was like the whole gig. And then next thing you know, he's like, yo, pick me up some fucking horse trank. Pick me up some fucking horse trank. And next thing you know, you come home and he's dead in the hot tub. Never get in the hot tub, by the way. Classic celebrity move. That's like, salmon swimming back up stream before they die, or elephants go back to like the ancient elephant ground or whatever. That's what that is. A celebrity in a hot tub is just that's early onset Alzheimer's kind of the writing is on the wall. Hot tubs mean nothing good is happening in a hot tub. Nothing is ever happening. People aren't going, yo, the hot tub last night was great. We made so many great memories. It's always waking up going, what did I do in the hot tub last night? Don't be getting a hot tub. Don't do a bunch of fucking horse tranquilizers and get in a hot tub. It was 55 grand, and they wrote down, this is a text, and I have this as a quote. I wonder how much this moron will pay. This is what the doctors were saying about his $55,000. By the way, I think he's worth $500 million, wasn't he? I think he was worth $500 million. So like 55 is nothing. Think about what these guys pay on bottle service, private jets, Rolex watches or something like that. 55 grand, they don't even know what money is. They're like, 55 grand, is this enough money? And they were like, how much will this more? And this is the problem. It should be legal. He should know. There should be a fucking CVS receipt, right? He shouldn't be getting ripped off. This is the biggest problem, is the amount of money he spent on this drugs. That is life-changing stuff. And I get, look, and honestly, yeah, this the thing with the personal assistant. I kind of feel like, look, if I had a personal assistant and I told them to get me drugs, that's their job. It's kind of your job is to commit felonies. As a personal assistant, when I get there, your job is to commit felonies, as far as I can tell. So I'd be pretty mad. You should say that in a court of law. It's like, look, he asked me to. He asked me. He asked me to pick up a loofah from Bed Bath & Beyond, and he also told me to inject drugs into his dick. Right? So it's like, that's what an assistant is. And if the assistant can't do that, they're not going to have a job much longer. So you really can't. I really don't believe you can prosecute an assistant for following orders. I know this is like some sort of a RICO charge where it goes all the way up the top, but like I think they're just a soldier and they're fine. All right, folks, let's get the fuck out of here. But let's answer some questions from the Patreon. I'm going to be heading over doing part 2 of this straight away. I've got more shit to talk about. What do I want to talk about? I want to talk about that Louis C.K. documentary. I want to talk about the end of the Olympics. And then I had, there's a lawyer with Down syndrome. Just lots of shit. And there'll be more questions. So head off to patreon.com/Colum Tyrrell. Support the pod. If you can't, whatever. All this money, I make so much little money. It makes no difference. It's a drop in the ocean at this point. Decent. All right, here we go. This question comes in from Matza Balls. I had a sweet older lady, seems completely innocent, stop me one day while I was wearing a Hawaiian shirt. She stopped to explain that the pineapples on it signals to some people in certain communities that I'm a swinger. That is true. This is all stuff I've learned the hard way. I believe upside down pineapple. Maybe not. I did some fucking gig. And they stuck me in some hotel and they had an upside down pineapple. Everywhere you went there was pineapple. So I think they were trying to rebrand as like a swingers fucking spot. There was no one getting There was no one getting fingered in the pool when I was there, I tell you that. But I don't know what the history of the pineapple is. I don't know what that deal is. I was shocked this came from one of the most innocent seeming ladies at work. I was at work. Was she coming on to me? She kind of fine for a 50-something-year-old. Should I do it? Absolutely do it. Just, what are you, fucking retarded, bro? Brother. A 50-year-old woman at work, what's the fuck you fuck? Is there anything tying you down? What type of question is that? I'm actually disappointed for you that someone would type that up. Like, should I? She's a little old. Like, that's the best. That's the best. Age difference is like it's the great leveler. It makes everything else null and void. Age difference is like that's how you equal out the world, man. If I'm thinking about it, I'm 34 now, right? And nothing in the world is less attractive to me than a fellow 34-year-old woman. Nothing. That's disgusting. You're old bitch. Like, you're an old bitch. You're not young, but you're also not even sexy old. You're kind of just aging. You know, you're not even in that good, like, she's good for an old lady kind of. You're just 34. But if you give me 20-year-old, my lord, I don't think I couldn't accept it. Too good of a gift. Trust me, I appreciate it. I couldn't possibly. I appreciate it. But I just couldn't. No, I can't. This is too much. Tom, no, you shouldn't have. But I would, like, if she was an ugly 20-year-old, 22-year-old. To me, that's fucking attractive. A fat, ugly, fucked up nosed 22-year-old chick is smoking, and it's the same with this 50-year-old bitch. If she's a little put together for the office woman, she's a little heavy. She's had a couple of kids. She's got the wrinkles. Her tits are heavy. She's got too much eyeshadow on and weird earrings like that, like pin on. They look like shells, but they're gold. It's like she's weird. She's wacky. Her name's Barbara. Whatever. Go fuck Barbara. You gotta crack open Barbara, bro. That's crazy not to just get in there. Should be so thankful, I believe. I believe they'd love it. I believe women go through this when they're younger. Oh my God, you didn't make me come, sort of thing. To when they get to 50, they're just happy to be a part of the team. They're just happy to be invited out. Bring her out for a nice fucking chicken parm. And then stick it in her old ass when you go home. That's what I would recommend. And that's the balls. You go do that and you go let me know. But I don't know if she's flirting with that. That seems like an innocent enough question. Just saying, hey, just so you know, you may watch out. There's creeps around. Not that she's a creep, but try it out. Just go, hey, how did you, just bring it up. How did you know? I want to know. How did you know about the pineapple thing? You want to get your old fucking box, bro? Oh. All right. Do you... Here we go. Here's another question coming in. By the way, we got the merch made, so it's only a matter of time. We finally fucking figured out the merch, got that made. And the best question of each month will be given a free shirt. That's the best question of each month. That doesn't mean if your question gets read out, by the way. Did you have any teachers in high school that slept with the students? I don't believe so. In Ireland, that wasn't the case. But I'll read the rest of the question, but straight off the bat, not that I'm aware of, not that I remember. I do remember some chick went viral with a photo when camera phones, that's how old I am. We used to call like iPhones camera phones, like, because it was your mobile phone, your cell phone. And then when they brought out cameras, it's a camera phone. You can take photos. I do remember some chick showed her pussy and sent it to someone, and then he sent it to other people, and then that just went across. Went across Ireland. Every single kid who was like 12 years old, 13 years old, got to see pussy from some chick. I never actually saw the photo, so always kind of regretted not being able to see the photo, but whatever, is what it is. So I do remember that, but I don't remember anyone fucking their teachers. We had one who was a former baseball player. Oh, it's a he. We had one, who was a former baseball player, and he was probably late 30s at the time, and he slept with most of the softball team and got fired and hired at another school. Legend. Was he good? He must have been a good coach. Surely that's like illegal. Surely you can't be, surely that's just illegal. I don't understand the grounds. Like, even if she was held back in school for 10 years, like Bert Kreischer, just some fucking softball coach player. But yeah, that's nutty. We had one female teacher. Here we go. Here we go. Ding ding. We had one female teacher that slept with some people. Some people. And she never got caught. Then, my senior year, we had an older, bald, white guy who got caught with a prostitute. Plus, a girl got caught blowing a black guy in the school closet. All right, Christian Glenn. Seems like a name made up from a erotic novel. But, yeah, where did you... what school did you go? What, Bang Bros University? That's fucking too much. A buddy of yours fucked the teacher and then they never found out. Shout out to your friend, by the way. Shout out for your friend. That's why when I have a boy someday, I'm going to sit my son down and go, hey there. The world's a wacky place. And someday when you're 14, you may, if you take after your mother, you might be getting fucked by the teacher. All right, if you have my genetics, you're fucked. You'll be 22, and when you finally have enough money to get a Puerto Rican whore to touch your cock for the first time. But take after your mother, you might be getting your balls licked by a teacher. Don't tell me. Don't tell no one. You keep that to yourself. Now, if a man ever touches you, you let me know. I'll go down there and I'll strangle him to death. Okay? But if a fucking teacher... 26. She doesn't look great. Of course she doesn't look great. She's sucking off little boys in school, teaching history. But you keep that to yourself, all right? One thing about being a Tyrrell, we're not a rat, okay? So don't you ever fucking come to me telling me you fucked the shit out of some teacher, because that's I'll buy you a car. Yeah, congratulations, you have the car. You tell your dad, and next thing you know, you and the family are all going out to fucking Chili's for dinner. What are we celebrating? My boy's a legend. That's what. Why forget, boy, my bread and butter. my bread and my blood and whatever. We had one female teacher that slept with some people. I know she never got caught. Then my senior year, we had an older white guy. You got caught for prostitute, doesn't matter. Yeah, the first teacher banging all those girls, tough, what a way to go, though. You know what I mean? What a way to go out on top. Be a high school teacher, bang a bunch of chicks, and then one day when the police show up, you grab a gun, you fucking feel the taste of it, and then you pull the trigger, and then you're done. That's it. Just condense it all into that real quick. Why don't drag it out and get pancreatic cancer and be worried about fucking saving for your retirement. No, go fuck a high school girl. And then just shoot yourself in the brain. Might be better like than most people. All right, I'm heading over to the fucking Colum Tyrrell Patreon.com. We hit 1,800 subs over there. So I'm going to a Philadelphia Eagles game. Don't record that. Listen, thanks very much for listening. Good luck. God bless.